Okay. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. There is a lot of you in this session with us and we are very excited to have you all here. My name is Stephanie Elia. I am a domestic student recruitment coordinator for Niagara College. I am joined here by a few guest speakers here to share some great information with you. We're just in the process of getting everyone admitted into the meeting, so just bear with us. Just a little reminder that everyone who's in the meeting, if you can just mute your mics, we will have a question and answering period at the very end where it will be opened up. I also suggest as you're going through the presentation, if you have a question, there are staff on this chat who can answer your questions. So feel free that if we're going through something and something pops up that you want to know about, just pop it in the chat function. And like I said, we will be opening up at the end of the session a question and answer period. Perfect. So I think we have everyone in. You can choose to have your cameras on, you can have them off, that is completely up to you. The only thing we are monitoring is the microphones. That way you guys can hear the presentation and the information that's coming out to you. So feel free, keep your cameras on. Alternatively, you can shut them off. It is your own preference. Okay. So it looks like we have everyone admitted. So I will get started. So like I said, my name is Stephanie Ilia. I am a student recruitment coordinator for Niagara College. I am joined today. I'm just gonna ask my fellow guest speakers to upload their video and unmute themselves to introduce. So we have Tom Price.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I've been part of dozens and dozens of Zoom calls. But to have 293 participants is a record. So congratulations, Stephanie, on a job well done. And welcome to the close to 300 people that are joining us today.
Thank you very much, Tom. And we have Dana Brown.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dana Brown. I'm your student experience coordinator. So I help students transition into Niagara College, through Niagara College, and out of Niagara College. So excited to see you guys here. I'm looking at that number, very impressed as well. And thank you guys all for joining us.
I also have Kendra Neves.
Woot woot.
She may just...
Apologies, I was monitoring the chat. I'll be here answering any chat questions if you have any questions. I'm also a member of the domestic recruitment team. Thank you, sorry about that.
And Fernando, I'm sorry, I did miss the woman who also came in with Fernando, so if you could please introduce her as well. And Fernando is from our international recruitment team, so any of our international students that are on this chat, again, we have people here to support you as well.
Absolutely. So hi, everyone. My name is Fernando Gama, Regional Manager for the Americas and the Caribbean for NC International. And now for all international students, if you have any questions, put them here in the chat and I'll help you out. And we also have Natalie Boverhoff. Natalie, are you here?
Thank you, Fernando. Yeah, I'm Natalie Boverhoff. I'm the International Student Engagement Coordinator. So much like Dana, I help our students get involved, be engaged, from academic to immigration to just for fun activities. So hope to see you guys get involved in lots of things over the semester, and I will also be answering questions in the chat. Thanks.
Thank you so much, everyone. As you can see, we have a full team ready for you today, and we are super excited to get this going. So I'm going to take you through just some kind of trends and facts that are going on as you're approaching school. I'm sure you have tons of questions regarding, what is fall 2020 going to look like for you? We know it's going to be different, but different doesn't mean bad. We have a ton of great services, a ton of great things going on this year, and we're really excited to share that with you. So my section, I'm going to go through online learning and how that looks. We're going to talk about technology you're going to need coming into your programs. I think this is huge and there's still a lot of opportunity, and it's how do you pay for college? Scholarships and bursaries are still open, so we're going to touch on that because it's very important for you. We're going to just touch on some of the support services that we have available to you, but I am going to let Tom and Dana really guide us through that section, and then I'm going to pass it off to them. So a lot of people have the questions of, what is online learning going to look like for you? Some people are scared, some are really open to it. The one thing I can say is the college is fully prepared to handle this. We have had many terms online since COVID-19 happened. Our winter term was forced online, and then we had our spring summer term online, and we are fully prepared to run our fall term online. Most of you have probably gone through the program planning fall 2020 on our website to know if your program is either fully online or has some online components. So make sure you're checking the fall planning for 2020 to make sure you're seeing what courses are going to be online and what courses are going to be have face-to-face components. But for those online courses, we're going to talk about asynchronous and synchronous learning. So as you can see on the right-hand side of my screen, asynchronous learning, how it works is all the media and all the supports are put up online for you. Some professors will preload their entire term online. That includes lectures, notes, testing, some different assignments that will be posted for you. Other instructors are going to go week by week, so they can kind of keep you organized. But really what it means is it's not live and you have a little bit more flexibility to do your coursework. Now, what I will say about asynchronous learning is that it requires a little bit more self-regulation. So you're going to want to tune in to all the skills, tips, and tricks that some of our staff have for you in regards to learning async. But it is a really great path for you to be super flexible and to take things at your own pace. Now, for synchronized learning, what you're going to do is there is going to be a select time that you are going to be virtually face-to-face with your professor. So it's a little bit more engaging. They find it a bit more effective just because we are keeping you on that timing. We're being able to monitor and people are able to ask questions in real time. So that's a little bit where that kind of comes in. Now you are going to be on a stricter schedule. So some people are going to say you're going to have a class from 2:30 to 3:30. You're going to need to check in for that time. Where again, the async is all done on your own time where you can go and check different things. So that's kind of the difference. You're going to notice that some teachers may use Zoom, so the platform we're on today. We do also have MS Teams, again, very similar. We do have also Blackboard Collaborate Ultra experience. So each professor will go through what they're looking for you, and they will give you direct links if you are in a synchronized course to where you're going to be checking in with them. So this is just some tools that we've gone through before with our students that are coming online. The biggest thing I can say is make sure you're dedicating time for each program, you're speaking with program coordinators, professors, and regularly keeping in communication. Faculty are going to be communicating with you how each course will look and be delivered within the first week. So the first week of classes are extremely important to attend. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but we are a week away from you coming in and joining us. So make sure you're tuning in for your program orientation sessions on Tuesday, September 8th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. There will be different sessions for everyone. So you're just going to want to tune in. Dana will be running you through the orientation website so you know how to utilize it and for it to best match what you're looking for. So now we're just going to touch on technology. So I saw a lot of you checked in with webcams on or screens on, so that's great. It is suggested that you have a laptop or tablet with a mic and camera available to you. And make sure it's something that you feel confident in working with. I know for myself, I bought a new webcam. It works a lot better than the one in my laptop. You're just going to want to explore the options. There is something to be said about connecting this way and seeing someone face to face. So it is huge. The microphone, obviously, for asking questions and engaging in class communication. The next thing is you do need Wi-Fi access. Because these programs are being hosted online, you're going to want to ensure that you have high-speed internet in order to properly do your coursework and have it upload and have no technical difficulties. I always laugh at this because I have full high-speed internet. They say it's the highest you can get. I don't believe them. My husband and I fight for bandwidth all the time. I actually told him before I got on this meeting, I'm like, listen, no games, no Netflix, no Disney Plus. I'm like, go for a walk. I'm like, I need the full bandwidth for this. So just keep that in mind, that if you are sharing bandwidth with others in your home, because a lot of us are virtual now, you're going to want to make sure you have a high-speed internet that can accommodate. And lastly, just like I was saying before, some of the different platforms we'll use, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Blackboard, you're all going to get very familiar with those within the first few weeks of classes. So this is the most important screen I can show you, and it's funding your education. I'm going to keep this quick, but if anyone has any questions or concerns, you guys received my email. I do strongly urge you to reach out, look at our website and financial aid. Last year alone, there was $6 million left on the table by students of unclaimed and unapplied to scholarships in Canada. $6 million would put all of you through school for a term plus surplus. It's huge. I meet a lot of students in a year. I hate hearing, I'm worried about funding. I'm worried about finances, because there's so many options for you. Our college alone gives away about $1.5 million every year to our incoming students. So applying for our bursaries and scholarships that are specific to your program, take the time and do it on a Saturday. Outside partners are also huge. There's websites like ScholarTree, Ontario Scholarships, and their scholarships are worth anywhere between $250. The highest one I've seen thus far is about $25,000. So there is a ton of funding options out there for you. The biggest thing is you have to take time on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, apply to everything that you think you meet criteria for, and spend the time doing the application. It will make a difference between you having to rely fully on OSAP or your parents, or having a little bit of extra money in your pocket. So definitely, if you have more questions about funding your education, financial aid, make sure you reach back out to my email. I will be putting it in the chat, but you also would have received it in the email that went out to you to invite you to this session. So this is my last slide, and I'll be wrapping it up. What I really like to talk about on this is that we are a full service college. We are not here to just provide you your education. We want to make sure you're academically successful, that you're healthy, and you're content and happy as can be. And that's where we utilize different supports offered throughout the college, whether it's through our health services, through our academic support and advisement, peer mentoring, or even as simple as enrollment services and financial aid. We have services out there for everyone. The biggest thing and the difference that I will tell you hand over hand is that you need to send an email, make a phone call, when we're able to, walk into an office and ask for the support you need. That's the biggest difference. In high schools, we generally, you're given support, where in colleges and universities, you need to ask for it. But like I said, we do have Dana and Tom here to discuss some different services that the college has to offer for you, and that I'm really excited to share. So I am going to stop my screen share now. I am going to pass it off to Tom Price, and he can show you a little bit more.
Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that. And all 311 participants, please bear with me as I try to screen share my presentation. So I think everybody can see that. How can anybody provide any insight onto how I can blow this up?
So just press the presentation button at the bottom, right there.
There we go. Thank you. So one thing during this COVID time in learning and engaging remotely are the technical aspects of Zoom and Blackboard and MS Teams. So we're all learning new skills as we transition and adapt to this this modified learning environment. So welcome everyone. Stephanie, thank you for having me. My name is Tom Price. I am the president of the Niagara College Student Administrative Council. And just a little bit on myself. I came back to Niagara College in 2016 as a mature student and studied human resources, the 3-year advanced diploma program. So shout out to any business students out there studying human resources. I got involved in NCSAC as a volunteer, saw a need for a mature voice at that level of government, was successful in 2 campaigns, represented the student population not only through NCSAC, but at the Board of Governor table. And then upon successful completion of my program, I sought out the presidency role, ran in elections, and here I am now. So your student representative and really your advocate. So what is NCSAC? NCSAC is a Niagara College Student Administrative Council. So really we're your student association, your student government, or your student union. NCSAC is separate from the college. We are a $10 million registered not-for-profit organization. We have a $1.2 million annual operating budget that we utilize to provide relevant supports and services for you, our student community. NCSAC is governed by 11 student-elected, student-represented board of directors, and they represent the 11 schools of, so whether it's a school of business, hospitality, technology, trades, allied health, whatever the case may be, we have representation, students representing students from each one of those faculties. And when we are on campus, we employ anywhere between 40 and 50 full-time staff, but more importantly, part-time staff. So whether that's our club coordinator, our street team, in one of the food outlets that we operate, whether that's the core, the armory, the shack, or the undergrounds. So we provide leadership opportunities for our student community and employment opportunities as well. Recognizing that we are learning remotely with limited access to campus, that employment number will be decreased. Our on-campus pubs and food outlets will be at limited capacity as well. So we just completed a year-long strategic plan design with an implementation and a launch of that plan coming in the coming weeks. So we sat down with internal, external stakeholders. More importantly, we sat down with the student community. We engaged them through town halls, through surveys, post-COVID on Zoom and MS Teams. So we engaged about 150 students campus-wide, and upwards of probably 40 internal and external stakeholders. Through that, we've come up with a direction or a roadmap, really identified who we are, what it is we do for the student community, and then set out a course of direction or a roadmap as to where we are going and how we will get there. But I just wanted to highlight our vision statement. And we wanted statements that were bold and evoked emotion. We certainly think we accomplished that. So we represent, support, and enhance student life. Our mission statement is creating a supportive and inclusive environment through exceptional activities, relevant services, and ethical advocacy that meets the needs of our student community. And then at our core values are, we are accountable. We back up what we say with action and are open and transparent in how we make decisions. We represent. We defend and stand up for the rights of our students and their interests. We are inclusive. We embrace diversity, are accepting of others, and create a sense of family through collaboration. And we are adaptable. We demonstrate creativity and take initiative in responding to a changing environment. And I don't think that adaptability is more relevant than it is today as we find ourselves learning and engaging remotely. We provide, again, those relevant supports and services that really are at the heart of student success. And often when we talk student success, you think of academic success. I'd like to think of student success not only as academics, but personal success as well. So some of the engagement we provide, I just hosted an hour ago. It's posted on our Instagram page. Virtual AMAs. This one was with Health, Wellness, and Accessibility Services. It was specific to Kate Wiley as an accessibility consultant, learning strategies, letters of accommodations, that sort of thing. We engage with the library, financial aid, international, and I think more importantly, and I think precedent setting is engaging with the college president, Sean Kennedy. So we've hosted 2 Ask Me Anythings with Sean Kennedy as an opportunity to engage with our student community, have students connect with the president of the college and engage on their questions, concerns, and comments. And I can guarantee you that there is no other post-secondary institution or student association in the province of Ontario, and I would argue across Canada, where student associations are engaging with their college president virtually on Instagram. So join us and visit us there. One of the greatest services, Nourishing Minds. So it is a focus of ours to tackle food insecurity and promote food security on campus. So students that are facing food insecurities through the NCSAC office will have access to virtual grocery gift cards. So those gift cards will ensure that students are getting the food that they need to really nourish that mind and promote healthy learning. Or it could just be life necessities or personal hygiene products as well. When we are on campus, we offer through our Nourishing Minds Fund a Rise and Shine breakfast program. So when we are on campus, we offer 5 days a week, free breakfast, grab and go for our entire student community. From January to March 19th, I believe it was, we served over 10,000 grab and go breakfasts. We provide legal counsel to our student community. So we see some of our international students with immigration concerns, visa concerns. Maybe you've signed a lease and you're not sure that that 15-year lease you signed is legal. Perhaps maybe it's employment issues that you have, family law, whatever the case may be, whatever legal counsel our student community need can access through your NCSAC. Hit a little bit, Stephanie did on scholarships. We offer a ton of scholarships. We have scholarships for each director position, 11. There's a president's scholarship, as well as engagement and volunteer scholarships as well. So look at those, apply for those, and take advantage of that support that's out there. Grad photos. We just wrapped up a week of grad photos. There was a heart-touching story that I received from a student whose parents are out of country. The student learning remotely was able to have their grad photos taken and provide those to their loved ones overseas. So we provide that as well. And then we engage our student community in different ways. We want to hear what we have to say. We want to hear what your concerns are, what your issues are. More importantly, we want to hear what's working. And we do that through facilitated town halls. So watch for that. And then I think most importantly, tying into sort of the health and wellness aspect of our supports and service is just creating those amazing memories. So O-Week events, that's plastered all over our social media. We're kicking it off with a goose chase scavenger hunt. We've got a Dirty Bingo. There's a karaoke coming up. Some great events. Frost Week, this past year while we were on campus, we had an ice rink at the Daniel J. Patterson campus. We hosted a Winter Wonderland at the Welland campus. Again, virtual karaoke's, virtual trivia nights, virtual bingos, virtual dirty bingos, esports tournaments, and I think more importantly are clubs. Clubs are just a great way for like-minded students to connect with other students. Our clubs include academic clubs, social clubs, recreation clubs. We provide funding for our clubs, free marketing, social media assistance, that sort of thing. So if you're interested in starting a club, again, just visit our webpage and the process is there for you. All our supports and services, all our contact information can be found on our website, www.yourncsac.ca. And then follow us on your NCSAC social media platforms, particularly Facebook and Instagram. There is Snapchat and Twitter, but we seem to get the best engagement on our Instagram. NCSAC works collaboratively with Niagara College, with the different departments and divisions. So recruitment, whether it's Dana, the Center for Student Engagement Leadership, Natalie or Fernando in International, it could be the library, health, wellness, and accessibilities, enrollment services, financial aid. I think the relationship that NCSAC and Niagara College have is very unique and very special. Often you find student associations and institutions sort of having an us versus them relationship. And hands down, without a doubt, the collaborative, respectful, meaningful partnership that we have with the college is unique and not found typically across student associations. And again, it is really just at the heart of student success, both academically and personally. I've got an any questions slide in here, but based on Stephanie's introduction, I think we'll save some Q&As for later. But if I can just leave you with a couple words of advice. It is super easy to succeed and be successful at Niagara College. Take it from myself. I came back as a mature student. Some would say a super mature student, depending, Cyril, if you look at the white in the beard. Get to class, get your assignments in on time, get engaged, ask for help when you need it, and you'll be successful. That help and that support is there for you, whether it's financial, whether it's health and wellness, or whether it's academic. Recognize that you need a hand and ask for a hand. Those assignments may be challenging, those tests may be difficult, but if you're reaching out and asking for the supports that are available, I guarantee you, if I can be successful at the college, I know anybody can. So thank you. I just want to wrap up. Again, welcome. This is one of the, in fact, the largest engagement I've presented to on Zoom. So congratulations to each and every one of you for taking the courageous step in seeking out post-secondary and certainly through Niagara College. So thank you very much. I'm going to do my best to stop share and happy to engage and answer any questions when that time comes.
Thank you, Tom. I think I'm up next. So hello, everyone. My name is Dana Brown. Natalie and I from International have been working on everything orientation related since June, and just taking a pop into the chat, it seems like most of you guys are September start students who have a lot of questions. So I'm just kind of gonna go over and share the screen of where you guys should be right now. So if you are a student who is starting in September, you should be doing the following things. If you're going to listen to one thing anyone said or what I said today, you need to be checking the email that you signed up with on your MyNC account. So if that's your parents' email, you need to change it because you need to be checking it. You need to be checking your NC email. So that requires you setting it up, which we can help you with. You need to be checking the MyNC portal for announcements, and you need to be checking Blackboard daily, if not 2 times a day at this point, because all the questions that you guys have in the chat about the start of school is coming out or has already been released. We have been sending emails out to your email that you signed up with, your personal email, on your MyNC account with the answers to these questions since July. So there's a lot of helpful information. We can resend them out. I'm going to do some screen sharing of what exactly that is. So let's start with the Student Essentials checklist. Let's get some of these questions answered because I think we can see a theme of what you guys are looking for. So if you go to the orientation website, that's another thing. Be checking the COVID site on Niagara College and the orientation site. It's orientation.niagaracollege.ca. And then you're going to go for Student Essentials checklist. So these are the things you should have done already. You should have created your MyNC account. I'm assuming you guys did if you have paid your deposit or fees and you chose your timetable. You should have a timetable that happened at the beginning of August, and that would tell you if your classes are asynchronous, synchronous, online, a hybrid model, and what to expect. If you have not chosen a timetable, you need to email NicoleSOS@niagaracollege.ca with your student number in the subject line ASAP, because that means you're not enrolled. So you need your timetable. And I know Stephanie briefly went over how to read your timetable, but I'm just going to show you a real life example here. 1 second. So this is a copy of the emails we've been sending out weekly to new students to your personal email. So this is the third week we have sent out understanding your timetable. So we have actual examples here. So I see a lot of questions in the chat about my timetable's blank. It's not blank. If you scroll down right to where it says online, hybrid, co-op courses, there's all the courses listed. That means you have an asynchronous schedule, which means they're not happening at a certain time or day. That's why you don't see it in the calendar. That means, like Stephanie said, they're going to be happening kind of a flexible, go at your own pace. They upload the content daily, weekly, whatever. You have due dates and assignments, but there's no set time you need to log into Zoom or Blackboard or anything to see a live lecture. They may pre-record their lectures and upload it somewhere, but that is different for every professor. I'm going to get into how you'll know these specifics in 1 second, but I think it's worth it to take some time on the schedule. So that's what asynchronous means. There's no set schedule. There's the example right there. So check your emails too, check your junk, because you should have been getting this if you're starting in September. Here's a hybrid of online synchronous, on campus, and online asynchronous. So some of you who have on-campus requirements, obviously you will have a class at a certain day and time, which will be reflected in the calendar view, and it will say a room number. For the one we're looking at now, it's actually a practical, so it doesn't say a room number, but you would have the room number. That means you need to be on campus that day and that time and go to that room. So obviously, if you guys are new students, I'm going to talk about orientation day, which is happening completely virtual. That's how you're going to find the information about what to do about your first day on campus. So I'll go back to that. Let's focus on the timetables. But you see how there's also there's an online class right here that's happening at 1:30 to 2:30. And it says online in capital letters. That means that professor has chosen to have an online class at a certain time and day each week. So that means you need to be logging on at 1:30, if this was you, with this professor, Yvonne. Log on 1:30, Blackboard, Collaborate, Zoom, whatever they have told you to do every single week. So if that's on your schedule, that means you have a synchronous online class. And if you scroll down, once again, you can see the online hybrid classes that are just listed with no time or date. That means they're happening asynchronously. So they'll upload the content. You'll have all the deadlines, everything in advance. It's go at your own pace, but you have to meet the deadlines that your professor puts out in the teaching learning plan. TLP, you're going to hear that a lot. So you can learn all about this on orientation day. I'm just going to finish up the one last type of schedule, which is a hybrid of on-campus and synchronous online. So here you can see that this student has a lot of online classes happening at a certain time and day. That means they have to log on. It doesn't matter what time zone you're in. If you haven't made alternate arrangements with your professor, you need to be logging on, and either they're going to do a live lecture, they're going to do a chat room, they're going to do something that you need to be there for that time. And then they also have in-person classes on campus, because you can see where it says something like V111, that's the room number. So you need to be on campus at that time every week. Just to reiterate, orientation day is for new students, and it's the day before the official start of classes. So Tuesday, September 8th is your online orientation day. Regardless if you are on campus or fully online, you will have an online orientation session. You have to go to this because this is when your profs are going to go over how the term's going to work for that program. So it's mandatory. You need to go, especially this year, because how are you going to know what's going on? So we can go back to the orientation website, and you can look into on orientation day, Tuesday, September 8th, 2020. It's all happening online. No one should be going to campus on Tuesday, September 8th, unless their prof has told them to. But this day is the official day before classes. So classes for all students start on Wednesday, September 9th. So that means if you normally would have an in-person class on Monday, it would start the following Monday. So the reason we book the day before classes is to tell you guys what's going on before classes start. So it's extremely important that you guys know when your session is and that you go to this session, because like I think you can gather, every prof is different. They're trying different strategies to make you guys have the best experience at Niagara College. We have a million different timetables with a million different things going on. So your program is specific to you, and you're gonna go to your program information session online like this. It might be on Zoom, it might be on Blackboard Collaborate, but your program coordinator and your faculty members, your instructors, are going to explain how everything's going to work. So all these questions you have about textbooks and what do I do for my first on-campus class, where am I supposed to meet, what's going on, they're going to go over this. They're going to go over the teaching learning plan. I know a lot of students have been checking Blackboard daily and nothing's there yet. We have some of our profs coming back literally yesterday from vacation. So they're working their butts off to get everything on Blackboard for you. But what I like to tell students, if your prof hasn't uploaded anything to Blackboard yet, there's no responsibility on you to do anything other than show up on orientation day and be checking your email and Blackboard daily. That's what you guys need to be doing right now, because most of the information is out there. If nothing's uploaded to Blackboard for that course, you can't do anything right now. Don't stress about it. It'll be okay. Tuesday, September 8th, every single program has an orientation session to go over. So you're gonna get all your questions answered there. So let's talk about that a little. Tuesday, September 8th, what do I have to do? You need to go to this session. You're gonna need internet. Not all of them are going to be recorded and uploaded later. That's up to your prof. So depending what time it is, it's different for every program. You need to make sure that you go or reach out to your program coordinator in advance and say, I'm taking my kids to school or something happened that you can't go. Never do it after, because that doesn't show you care about your program. Come on. So now's the week to make alternate arrangements if you can't go to this session. But like I said, you have to go. You need to move things around so you know what to do for literally the next day when everything starts. So like I said, we still have profs coming back, so not all the information's up there. But to take a look so far, you would go to the session information, you search your program. So let's do game development. Now you know that your program information session on Tuesday, September 8th is at 1 p.m. and it's going to be on Zoom. All of the links for your live sessions with your profs are going to be on your program homeroom. Or some profs will email it to you to your NC email. That's why you need to have set that up yet. I'm gonna, I think, share an email of where we put the steps to do that. But you need to have created your NC email, because that's how your profs communicate with you. So they get a preloaded list of your NC email address, and that's how they communicate with you. We have a super high spam filter at Niagara College. So if you're trying to email them from your Gmail or Hotmail, I don't know why anyone still has a Hotmail account, they're not getting it. They are talking to you through your My NC email. So that's run through Outlook. You can get the app on your phone. Don't do mail forwarding to your personal email. You need to redirect so it comes from your NC email address. I cannot stress the importance enough about checking that email every day for as long as you're at Niagara College. So that's where the link will be. So you can look up nursing. If you're nursing, you can see your session is 12 to 1:30 p.m. on Blackboard Collaborate. Where will the link be? On your Blackboard homeroom or in your NC email. So like I said, there's some programs where the profs are still getting back to us, but most of them are up there. Some of you probably received an email from us yesterday telling you about this. If you are in a co-op program, you're going to have 2 sessions. So if you're in a co-op program, you will have a program information session with your profs, and then you will have another session later with your co-op consultant to talk all about your co-op program and how you will still remain eligible, the progression, what you need to do. So they're still figuring out the times for that, but they won't be at the same time. But it will be on Blackboard Collaborate, and you have to go to both. If you don't have a co-op program, you just have one thing to do. Put a reminder in your phone so you go. I cannot stress how important it is this year specifically, because things are online. We can't welcome you to the school how we would love to. Usually every other year you could walk up to us on orientation day and you never checked an email or anything. You get set up, you get everything you needed to do, you meet your prof. The next day is first day classes. You could probably wing it. This year, because of COVID and the changes, you can't wing it. You have to go and find out what's going on for your program before classes start. If you miss it, how are you gonna know what's going on? So it's so important for you guys to put the responsibility of checking all these things on you. You have to be checking those 4 things: Blackboard daily, MyNC announcement page, your personal email that you signed up with on your MyNC account. If you don't know what it is, you need to log in, change it from your mom or dad or boyfriends or your dogs, make it the one that you check it every day, and then your NC email address, okay? There's lots of information that's coming out daily at this point that you guys need to know. And I guess there's one last thing, is checking the COVID part of the Niagara College website and orientation. So that's kind of orientation day. So hopefully I've stressed how important it is that you guys go. We're gonna have a nice welcome virtually from Tom and our Niagara College President, Sean Kennedy. Zach's gonna do some really exciting scavenger hunt things, some live things throughout the day. Thank you, Tom, for your enthusiasm. And the rest of the week, you guys are in classes. So if you're asynchronous, online, in person, it's different for everyone. It's gonna be an intense week, but we're here to help you. Our faculty and profs are amazing. They're going through this change too. So we finished, we have gone through a term with some of our students through the spring and summer. We had to do about 1 month last year in April, fully online. They're going through, they've made changes. They've been working with everyone at the college. We have amazing team members, and they're doing their best to make it the best for you guys. So I know it can be frustrating to log on to Blackboard and see nothing, but I can guarantee you they're trying their hardest. They're so understanding. I see another thing about textbooks. If nothing's uploaded for your textbooks yet, they're not going to assume, they're not going to think that on the orientation day or the first day of classes, you're going to have your textbook if they never told you what you needed. So usually they give you a full week to get what you need. You can always go to the campus bookstore website, which is on the Student Essential checklist. Let's go back to that and search for your books there. You can get your books anywhere. Okay, let me go through this list because I'm getting off track now. So anyway, student essential checklist. You should have made your MyNC account. If you guys are locked out at any time, always email itservicedesk@niagaracollege.ca. Any email you send to anyone at NC, put your student number in there. You'll get a reply much faster because we don't have to look you up. I'm hoping you guys know the status of your program. We already went over timetables, so I'll get into it. You've read over the COVID-19 FAQ. So this was just updated this week or Friday or something. I can't even remember. The days are all like blending into one. If you have not gone on there and take the time to read the lots of information, I know it's a lot, but if you just put like 20 minutes aside and read through everything, we got FAQs, safety precautions, important stuff. You have to read through that. Like the number one question Natalie and I get from new students is, will Tim Hortons be open? I guess that's where the priorities lay, not about anything else. But if you read there, you'll get the answer. It's not going to be open. Many students think that if they have a fully online class, they can come on campus. If your program is fully online, you cannot come to campus. Campuses will remain locked, except for the students who have on-campus classes. And you'll get access with your student card. So let's go through this because I know I talked about student cards in here too. So you paid your fees, timetable selection is already done, create your MyNC email address. You should have done that already. Check your email because I think 3 weeks ago we sent the instructions. If you want instructions, if you want me to resend that and send you the instructions on setting up your MyNC email, please email kickstart@niagaracollege.ca and we'll send it to you. And you joined our new student Facebook group because we put lots of information in there. Plus you can meet other students. It's called How to Your NC Nightlife. Look at that, 995 members. And we've been people post in here like multiple times a day, and I feel like people in there are pretty up to speed on what's going on because you get an instant answer. People are making subgroups for their program. Myra from NC SAC, just look at this. You got a campus concert kickoff with Tyson Ritter of the All-American Rejects. I'm personally excited for that. I loved Tyson Ritter through most of my life. So if you don't know who he is, I know that's a large possibility, but look at fun information. So join that group, meet other
Dana,
students.
if I could just jump in, prior to the concert kickoff is karaoke, virtual karaoke on yourncsac.ca Instagram. So jump on before you jump into that concert. Thanks, Dana.
Yes, and all the events will be put on the Niagara, I think they're already up there for students events. Join that group. And now we're getting to that time before classes. So I saw a lot of questions about student ID cards. So I'm just gonna give it to you straight. If you have all online classes, you don't need a student ID card. You can get one mailed to you, but it has no purpose because you can't come to class. We don't have the U Pass this year, which is our bus pass. Athletics, the gym is closed down. There's nothing that it will do for you if you don't have an on-campus class. So you can follow the instructions on here. If you live in Canada, we'll mail it to you. If you're not living in Canada, you'll have to pick it up when you get here. But like I said, if you are studying fully online, you don't need your student card specifically for anything. You just need to know your student number. If you have on-campus classes, yes, you need your student card. Very, very important, because they're essentially going to program your student card with your classes so you can get access to campus. So like I said, you can't just walk in off the street, open the door to campus, and get in. Not gonna happen. You need to, they're gonna program your student card. So if you haven't got it yet, you can follow the steps. They'll mail it to you. I think it takes about 7 business days, so I guess we're kind of short. But when you go to your program information session on Tuesday, September 8th, if you have an on-campus class, your program coordinator, whoever, will tell you about what you're doing for that first day, where you're gonna meet. If you don't have your student card yet, you just have on your phone a copy of your timetable, an actual form of ID. They're gonna go over all the things you have to do, like the health screening, the orientation video. They're gonna go over that. But just know if you have an on-campus class, you're gonna need that student card to get in because they're gonna program it. And you'll only be allowed on campus for the times that it's programmed for. So you can't hang out on campus all day. I put some tips and tricks on here that aren't on the regular website. Essentially, you can't submit your picture on the website on your phone. Just doesn't work. So look over those requirements. The other thing is, if you had an IEP in high school or have any need for an accessibility consultant, any type of physical or learning disability, you should be connecting with accessibility services, health, wellness, and accessibility services. You just have to self-identify, meet with them before school starts so you can have your accommodations in place. So they are working now. They would love to help you. The link's right on the Student Essential website. I really stress that if you haven't done it already, do it this week so it can be in place for the first day of classes. Stephanie talked about financial aid, but for domestic students, OSAP remains open. Apply so you can just be entered into all those bursaries. We tell students, even if they don't think they're gonna get any money, just apply anyway, because why not? You never know what you could be eligible for if you apply to OSAP. International students, you guys have entrance scholarships that are on a different page of the website that you can check out. All right, textbooks and supplies. So like I said, some of your profs may have uploaded Blackboard with a book list. You might have checked the campus store website with your course code to see what's on there, or nothing's on your Blackboard at all and you're like, what the heck? It's happening. Don't freak out. That's what orientation day is for, because your prof will be on video like me right now saying exactly what you need. And then you can say, do I need this version? Can I share with Sally? Can I get this PDF version for $5 a month instead of buying a $100 textbook? That's your chance to ask. But like I said, if nothing's loaded on your Blackboard, don't worry. There's nothing you can do about it. Your prof knows that they haven't uploaded anything yet. They're probably at home right now working on it. And they're not going to expect you to have this textbook that could be on back order in 2 days. So that's why you need to be checking Blackboard every day, connecting with your professor on orientation day, develop that relationship. It's one of the most important things you can do is suck up to your instructors, because they still work in the industry and they have a connection to jobs. This is why I wave around when I'm very passionate about something, this back scratcher pen. Everyone's going to know your name. We still have small class sizes. So if you're not showing up to class, if you're not on that online discussion board, which I know everybody hates, if you're not handing in your assignments on time, if you're not making an effort, not great. If you do make an effort and ask your prof how their weekend was, if you introduce yourself in an email beforehand or follow up over orientation day, you do the extra credit work, you ask them how their reading week is, they are gonna remember you. And when they have a job opening from their friend who works in graphic design and whatever, and you're in graphic design, and they say, hey, do you have a student that would want this job before you even post it on the internet, you want to be that student that your prof recommends. So please do not sleep on making it a real connection. But you have to show that you care, and you have to be a good student. I got off topic on books there. But anyways, you don't have to get your books from the campus store. You can get them from wherever you want as long as they're matching what your prof says. So the options are open for you. We do have a campus store that you can check the course code, just confirm with your prof what you need, and then if you find it somewhere else, you find it somewhere else. All right, get familiar with our online learning tools. So actually International put on a great online learning webinar last Friday. It's available on, I think it's on YouTube. I think we put a link to it in our new student Facebook group, but we had someone from IT there. They had someone from the library there. All the important people that know about online learning were in this session explaining everything. So the first thing I would do is tell you guys to check out that webinar. Maybe Natalie could even link to it. The library is kind of the hub for all things online learning to get the extra support. So check out their website. They're also going to be having some help sessions the first week of classes next week for you guys to pop in so they can tell you about how they're supporting you. So they still have peer tutoring. It's free for you guys to get a tutor, or if you really rock in a class, you can get paid to tutor other people virtually. They have academic drop-in sessions for some of those main courses like math, science, language, communication. And they have a live chat function to help you guys with online learning. So make sure you've checked that out before classes start so you guys know what's available to you. I can't see the chat right now, but if you guys went to your Kickstart sessions the last 2 weeks, give us a holler in the chat because maybe you already knew all this stuff, but your academic advisor is the one who led your Kickstart session the last 2 weeks and gave you some insider knowledge about what to expect. And I saw a lot of some students asking about like scrubs for the nursing or dental program. That was actually all covered in your Kickstart session. If you weren't able to make it, you can email kickstart@niagaracollege.ca with the program that you're in, and we can send you the recorded video of your session. So please just include what your program is so we can send you the right one. That might answer a lot of the questions you have about your program. But your academic advisor is like your cheerleader, the one who connects you with everything at Niagara College. If you didn't go to Kickstart and you don't know who yours is, check out the website. You also have, if you're an international student, an amazing international student advisor who can help you with like visas, housing, the international issues that you may face. And then our academic advisors focus on your academic progression, but they both help you get connected with your support. They're all amazing, amazing people. So I really do hope you guys connect with them. I think they're going to be having some drop-in sessions in October. So check that out. Kickstart's over, but like I said, you can email kickstart@niagaracollege.ca to get your recorded version. I already talked about orientation day, but just in case someone just joined us, please, please attend your online orientation session on Tuesday, September 8th to know what the heck you're doing the next day and every day from there on out. So check to see when your session date is on the orientation website. Sorry, not date, the time. Put it in your phone, make sure you're there. And then if you're a co-op student, you need to do the same for co-op. And just quickly at the end, sign up for a peer tutor. Do it now, even if you don't know if you need help, because they are limited. So I think I see someone telling me my time's up probably, so I'll just leave it there for now. If that was you, Stephanie. Or was it Tom?
Yeah, actually, Stephanie, you're muted, so I'm going to jump in while you unmute yourself. I've got a 3 o'clock meeting that came up sort of at last minute, but it's super important that I attend. So I'm going to have to jump out. But again, to all those participants, if you have any questions or concerns regarding any of the NCSAC supports and services, I'll share my email address, sacpres@niagaracollege.ca. Visit our webpage, yourncsac.ca, and don't hesitate to reach out. Again, what Dana highlighted, get to class, get your hand up, get your assignments in on time, and ask for help. Again, if I can do it, I know anybody can do it. And I think Dana, when she highlighted on the importance of connecting with your professor, not only for that in-classroom support, but for that opportunity for co-ops, internships, placements, and I think even more importantly, post-grad employment is of paramount importance. So again, don't hesitate to reach out. You've got this. Everyone will do great. And I hope to see you guys either virtually or in person, hopefully sooner than later. But thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tom. Bye-bye. So you got a lot of information today. I hope that we were able to sift through some of your questions. Dana's presentation was fabulous, and just answering some of those basic questions that you guys are asking about. In the chat, you will see as well, make sure you're checking. They've left you the email for Kickstart. So if you missed your Kickstart session, please email that email with the program you're looking for. It's very valuable information. And like Dana said, we are in an unprecedented situation. So where you could have not done anything up until the first week of classes. This year, we're really needing students to engage online. We're needing you to be checking your emails regularly. I know there can be a ton. If you aren't getting emails regularly, please follow up with us as well, because that means something is off in our system. So we can help guide you through that. If you want to connect with me, I can put you in contact with ITS or different areas that you may need. So I'm going to stop the recording. I wanted to thank everyone for their time. We are going to send this recording out to you. So if you were kind of just listening, but you want to pick something else back up, you will get a copy of this as well. Natalie also posted the link for the technology session that went on Friday. I was also a part of that. Great information for you. So definitely take a peek at that. There's tons of great resources for you to utilize. If you ever have any questions, again, please feel free to email me at any time. I can always point you in the right direction of who you need to speak with, and I'm happy to help you with that. I am going to open up some question and answering. I know this can be a little bit difficult, especially when we have 260 on chat with us. So if someone would like to unmute themselves or felt like a question was unanswered, you can start.